Hello, everybody. It's Hillary back with you again today, and I would like to tell you a little bit about my trip to New Orleans. I have some wonderful photos that I took on the trip. I went in August of 2022. I was itching to go somewhere new and go on an adventure. I'd always wanted to check out New Orleans. I hit up my friend, and she was ready to split an Airbnb with me. We found cheap plane tickets for a little summer trip when it's not the most popular time to go down there. It wasn't too hot, not much hotter than a Michigan summer, in my opinion. So it was totally worth it. And it was chill. It wasn't during one of the super touristy times. And there was still plenty to do. So here's my friend Maddie. Here's us at one of the restaurants we went to, Quarter Two Sisters. And then here's us on one of our first adventures, a lounge that was part of a little quest that we went on. Here's a picture of one of our first stops, Cafe Du Monde, which is in City Park here. So we dropped off our stuff at the Airbnb, and we had to wait until we could completely check in. So we went to this famous park called City Park, and Cafe Du Monde is a famous landmark. There's a couple different locations. In New Orleans, they are famous for their chicory coffee. So chicory is like a plant. They use the root to mix it with the coffee. They, I guess, brought that over from France when they had to ration. And then they have the beignets, which are the famous little French fluffy donuts. So that was a perfect little introduction, the park. And the parks they had were absolutely beautiful. I always wanted to see the pretty Spanish moss hanging off the trees. Here's a little close-up of that. Just such different plants and trees than what we have here. Giant oaks. Here's a little video for you. You kind of get like an up-close feel of what the park was like. You can see the building in the background with the pillars. Really cool architecture there. Okay, there was a little swamp over there. So there was a sculpture park, a free sculpture park in City Park, and that was a really fun thing to walk around and see when we first got there. There's a beautiful bronze lady statue. There's me under a spider looking pretty metal. So a little bit more examples of the architecture. This is a picture of me at City Park with one of the giant lion statues under the giant pillars there. And then this is from our Airbnb. We knew there was going to be a pool. We didn't realize there was going to be these like beautiful pillars around it with a little lion statue. Lots of sculptures all around, and I kept seeing the lion statue everywhere. Here's another picture of the pool and the little lion statue with the pillars. This was on the bottom floor, and then here's from the balcony. We're on the top floor with our Airbnb here, and you can see the full moon. We were there during the full moon, and it was just a perfect magical fit. Here is some of the bright colors. You see some of the vibrancy, that funky style with the ornate details. Here are a couple more pictures. Love the contrasting colors with the green and the red, and then the crushed light blue velvet. Very schwanky, kind of nostalgic, old-fashioned. Here's some more pretty little details. So picturesque. Okay, here's one of our first stops going out that night. We decided to go to the Vampire Cafe. We sat at the bar. There was this beautiful crystal chandelier, cute little romantic decorations. You could also get a drink of where it looks like you're drinking blood out of a blood bag. But the bartender sent us to this potions lounge place. It was like being on a quest in a video game. They said to tell us that the vampire sent us. It was in the back of this jazz club that was like tiny. You went behind the band and then upstairs. Here we go. Was the Potions Lounge. So it looked like it was just straight out of a movie or a book. I sneakily added a little health potion from Skyrim. We didn't find any there, but I just thought it would be fun to add in there. No health potion, but there's Maddie drinking some absinthe at the bar in the Potions Lounge. There's like tarot cards all on the bar decorating that. There was a lot of little wish and blessing stations as well. Here's one with a little pig and a little tray where people were leaving money on to, I don't know, share their blessings and make little wishes, like a wishing well. Some more details and a nice photo op of me looking like a mafia boss here in the Potions Lounge. So the next day we went to brunch at this place called Court of Two Sisters. Very fancy, kind of higher end, but not like super expensive or anything. There was like a buffet, but then they had jazz players playing in the background. The service was amazing. We got some nice muted colors here. The more feminine kind of pastel colors that I would see a lot there with our matching outfits. Yes. Got to try a lot of amazing foods there. Okay, so this is Jackson Square. Famous landmark is this beautiful Catholic church overlooking the river, and it's all right in the middle there by Bourbon Street. Here's some more of the lush plants and trees. Oops, excuse me. And the bright colors here. I loved this house. There were so many cool houses to look at. And I kept seeing this blue color repeated, this lighter blue and then a deeper blue. So New Orleans and its oddities. Here's a couple examples of that. Lots of witchy stores. Here's some candles. Lots of cool mannequins and weird hats, oddities and such. I included this picture here because this was during the full moon and we were getting a haunted tour of the kind of Bourbon Street and surrounding areas. It was a lot more historically informative than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't just like a shock and awe thing, but I thought this painting looked like a picture. And it's got that beautiful blue. Here's the blue again. I was matching the wall here. Vibrance. This was near the kind of jazz district, more of that blue color, Black Cat. And here's another balcony picture. And of course, New Orleans wouldn't be anything without the music, so especially jazz and blues. The Spotted Cat is one of the most famous places you can visit. Just this tiny little club, and we just popped in there. Here's a little video. All right, cute. Did you see the little horse-drawn carriage go by? That was a perfect little clip there for you. The music. People were dancing. It was really cute. Okay. Some more oddity pictures for you. Funky wigs. Ladies coming out of cakes. We also visited the Pharmacy Museum. That was really filled with history and some cool apothecary kind of vibes. Definitely something that I'm interested in. They had the encased like leech jars when they used to do the bloodletting. Lots of cool stories there. Here's a picture of the cat that belonged to our Airbnb owners. I thought he looked like David Bowie with the golden eye and then the blue eye, the different colored eyes. Kind of that felt like a witchy feel. And then here is Maddie. We are at the St. Louis Cemetery number 1, famous burial ground cemetery in New Orleans. And this is from a famous scene from the movie Easy Rider. So we decided to take a photo there. Here's more of the cemetery. Our tour guide here was amazing. He was full of historical facts that I cannot remember each detail, but I can tell you that this is Nicolas Cage's pyramid tomb that he is going to be buried in when he passes. And then this is the famous Marie Laveau tomb that you can see our tour guide in front of. And she is known as the Queen of Voodoo, New Orleans. Huge draw for me. She's a woman of mystery, and she was known to heal people with her different apothecary, like herbal remedies. And some people thought she was immortal. We got to go on a bike ride. Our Airbnb included these kind of rusty, old-fashioned, colorful bikes, and it made for great photo opportunities and a way to see the city at a fun pace. We ended up going to another park. This is Audubon Park. Beautiful big oak trees again with the Spanish moss, and you'll see a beautiful sculpture there. Here's a beautiful picture of the Tree of Life. It was huge. The branches would come all the way down to the ground and almost touch the ground and go back up again. I've never seen this big of an oak tree in my life. They had different protections around it for lightning, no vandalism, and then the mulch there to protect the ground. All right, so beyond the parks and the food and all that, we went to the Always Lounge and Cabaret. We decided to check out this event called Burlesque Bingo. So everybody was hooting and hollering and interactive. It was a great night and we had a blast. There's a lot of different entertainment options that you have here in New Orleans, and we wanted to go with something kind of quirky. And then last but not least almost is the food. We can't talk about New Orleans without talking about how amazing the food is, and the service is the best that I've ever had anywhere I've ever gone. People are so hospitable, friendly. It's just so sweet. So this is the muffalata sandwich. It's an Italian sandwich on some special round bread that's native to the immigrants in New Orleans. And then there's the classic po' boy that we got at Melba's. Here's some mussels that I had with my tea at the Vampire Cafe. And then here's some classic Southern breakfast. Of course, we ate a lot more, and of course, you cannot enjoy all of the staples, amazing staples that New Orleans has in 5 days. But here's a couple photos to give you the idea. We got to try a lot of things at the Two Sisters Cafe as well. I'd highly recommend that place. So that should give you the gist, I hope. I hope you enjoyed my pictures. Here is me and Maddie underneath the Tree of Life. And I feel like this trip really changed me, and I can't wait to go back. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you.